Australia.
And welcome to tonight's episode of Life Support.
The only lifestyle show that tells you exactly how to live your life.
By giving you all the experts and all their expert advice.
Too true.
If you don't already know, I'm Penny. And tonight, I'll be showing you all a stimulating way to beat the man's revenue-raising breath tester.
How's it? Your media medico Dr. Rudy here. And this week, I'll be showing all you men a way to make sure your woman backs the car out of the driveway properly.
I'll be keeping my eye out for that one. G'day, I'm Todd, Life Support's resident handyman. And tonight, I'll be showing all you blokes a beaut way to beat brewing barroom brawls.
My name's Sigourney, and coming up, I'll be showing all you modern women a fabulous way to help your fatty friends lose weight.
Well, it sounds like we've got a wonderful show for you tonight.
Oh yeah, it's a real ripper.
So instead of just talking about it, why don't we show them it?
Yes, I agree. Let's get started.
Yeah, g'day. Have you ever noticed when you're out enjoying a quiet ale that you can feel trouble brewing? And sometimes it's not even your fault. If you're like me, you might even attract it for no reason whatsoever. I'll take it easy, mate. Anyway, sometimes when a simple situation turns nasty, you can feel that flying fists of fury are only seconds away. Even if, like me, you have the physical attributes to fight back, you might not want to for moral or personal reasons. I mean, my hands are my tools of trade, and I'd never risk them to settle a drunken score. But no one likes being called a coward just for backing down. Well, tonight, I'm going to show you how to triple your chances of walking away from an altercation unscathed. In nature, animals use tricks and subterfuge to ward off predators. See how this little guy has fake eyes on his wings, so his predators are fooled into attacking him in the wrong place? I've used this same principle of nature to build a barroom brawl vest. Let's see how it works. Simply pull on these tabs like this, and kapow! Your enemy will be confused and not know what to hit. And that's all there is to it. Everyone is happy. He got to let off some steam, and I keep my looks and my pride. So, if barroom brawls are brewing, take a tip from Todd and walk away with your heads held high.
Jonathan, you naughty boy! That's gonna get me fired, you little shit! I ought to belt the living... Great, isn't it? Have you ever found yourself in this predicament? You'd love to belt the bejesus out of the baby you're sitting, but you can't. Bashing kids just isn't the done thing anymore. In fact, in some states, it's illegal. So, for those of you who aren't prepared to move interstate, today I'm going to show you a non-violent way to punish a child. No, Jonathan. Take the little brat to the movies. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't going to the movies a treat? Not if you take them to see an Australian film.
No, I want to go home.
Well, you should have thought about that before you trashed your parental paintwork, you little tool. 90 minutes of what the Australian Film Council reckons is culturally relevant is exactly what you deserve. 2 tickets to an Australian film, thanks.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. Come on. And that's all there is to it. Sure, you can argue that punishing a child with Australian film is excessively cruel. Truth. But if the state government won't let you bash some sense into them the old-fashioned way, what can you do? It is tough love, but you've learnt your lesson, haven't you? So next time you want to punish a child, don't physically abuse them. It's against the law. Take them to see an Australian film, because mental abuse is still perfectly legal. See ya.
One of the problems of being a modern woman is while I'm beautiful, socially active and still available, most friends my age are married, so they've grown fat like their husbands. Having fat frumpy friends means you can't afford to be seen with them in public anymore. And with no all-girl posse to go nightclubbing with, how am I expected to meet any eligible men? Well, today, I'm going to show you how you can get your fat friends fit for a full-on hottie hunt. Nothing inspires a crash diet more than a wedding. So all you have to do is tell your fat friends you're getting married to a Middle Eastern prince you met on the internet and you want them to be your bridesmaids. pick out some gorgeous dresses, making sure they only go up to size 12. Then tell them the wedding must take place next month and has to be low-key for tax reasons. Whether by Atkins or bulimia, you can bet your bottom dollar that the bridesmaids will do whatever it takes to shed those kilos and look fabulous for your wedding. And don't they look gorgeous? But oh dear, it seems that my prince hasn't come. I can't believe he's done this to me. And that's all there is to it. With your formerly fat friends now looking fabulous and the jilted bride the centre of attention, it's the perfect situation for a night out on the town. Okay, hate men, but I'm willing to give them one more try. Let's go to Shooters. And because the bridesmaids are hitched, there'll be no competition when we run into a couple of cuties at the cocktail bar.
Well, young Benny, here we are again with the mailbag, and I'm very happy to say I've received no more threatening letters.
Yeah?
Yes, for a couple of weeks now. Whoever's been sending them must have lost interest because they just seem to stop.
And I've got to say, you do seem more relaxed now. Back to your old self.
That's true. I really do feel quite good.
And it's given you the chance to pay more attention to things and people that actually matter.
That's right. And I must say, I'm very glad about that.
Oh, good. Well, then I'm glad I went to the trouble of fishing these out of the mailbag every day for the last 2 weeks.
Oh, my word, Benny, I really can't believe it. What did they go on to say?
Oh, nothing new. You know, Rudy, I know the truth. You can't hide in television. I'll be in contact.
Oh, this really is too much. Why do you keep them from me, Benny? This means nothing has changed.
Oh, not true. You've changed. Over the last couple of episodes, you've relaxed, become more at peace with the world. Sigourney and I have both noticed it. Look, dude, you've just got to learn to turn a blind eye to this sort of thing.
Really?
Yeah. The best way to deal with a difficult situation is to pretend it isn't happening. When you didn't know the letters were still coming in, you were a whole lot happier.
You might be right, Benny.
I think you'll find I am. Apart from that, this chick isn't serious. If she was going to do anything, she would have done it by now.
Thank you for the reassurance, Benny.
That's cool, Doc. So, what's up next?
I don't know. Why don't we take a look and see?
Oh, g'day. The tie is one of the most underrated and underutilised items of men's clothing. The right tie can attract all the female attention in the room your way. Like the colourful tail of the male peacock, bright colours can work wonders. But there's always bound to be someone wearing a tie brighter than your own. Well, today, I'm going to show you a tie trick that works beyond colours and will guarantee you the attention of every female in the room, every time. The queue for the women's bathroom is always longer than the men's. Is that because they take longer to relieve themselves? Not at all. They take exactly the same amount of time. The reason women spend longer in there is because they're looking at themselves in the mirror. That's right. All women have a frequent need to look at their own reflection. So, if you want a tie that's going to attract the attention of women, wear a tie made from a mirror. All the attention in the room, guaranteed, because for a woman, there's nothing in the world quite as interesting as her own reflection. Oh, g'day, little lady.
Falling in love is like dancing together. Sure, he may step on your toes, but at least you're not Wendy Wallflower. I don't think women should get paid maternity leave. If you haven't found a man who can afford to support you, you shouldn't be getting pregnant. When I was a little girl, my mother used to say to me, the boys that throw sand at you in the sandpit and hit you really love you. The older I get, I realise this is true for men too. What celebrities do I admire? Well, you would know them because they're hard at work being celebrities in their own home. No, I could never get into politics. There's no place for mascara and menstrual cycles in a man's world. Natasha taught us that. Do I practice what I preach? Well, I guess I'm kind of like the Dalai Lama. I need to be vocal about the need for silence. But I'd never get people to wear those awful bindis or shave their heads.
Recently, the government's been cracking down on youth drink driving. They're dropping the blood alcohol limit for under 21s, so it's not 0.05 and it's not 0.02, it's 0.00. And you know what? For once, I agree with them. I think the government's doing the right thing. It's stupid to drink and drive when it's so easy to get caught, especially when you don't need to get drunk to relax. Let me show you. If the government won't let you drink, then get into petrol sniffing instead. It's only 90 cents a litre. You don't have to be 18 to buy it. And by killing your brain cells and retarding your brain function, it makes you as high as a kite. But best of all, when you get stopped for erratic driving, you won't have a blood alcohol reading. Plus, the cops won't suspect a thing if you smell like petrol. After all, you're sitting in a car.
You can go now.
So for once, listen to the man. If the government doesn't want you to drink and drive, then don't drink and drive. It's stupid when there are other, easier ways to share a high with your car. See ya.
How's it? Dr. Rudy here, and I must say these are sad times we're living. It's got to the stage where an honest, red-blooded man can't tell a woman what he thinks of her bottom and what he'd like to do to it without being physically assaulted by the woman and sacked from his job. So much for freedom of speech. Women are always saying they want men to express their feelings, but when you do, you end up with one of these. Don't worry, my friend. I have a solution. When you speak to women, there's no need to think before you speak, so long as you speak a bit differently. It's a fact of life. You can say exactly what you want about the most intimate reaches of a woman's anatomy as long as you sound gay when you say it.
I have to sound happy.
No, you have to sound homosexual. Don't worry, impersonating a homosexual isn't as daunting as you might believe. Say exactly what you really want to say to a woman, only this time speak through your nose, lisp your sibilants and say girlfriend at the end of each sentence. You try.
Oh, I'd love to sink my teeth into that pert little butt, girlfriend.
You're so naughty.
Oh, look at the swing in that step. I can tell you like taking it both ways, girlfriend.
Excellent. It really is as easy as that. Now women will love listening to you talk dirty because they think you don't really mean it. And no one expects homosexuals to be politically correct. If they were, they wouldn't enjoy sodomy. So just remember, when you speak through your nose, you can speak from the heart. Bye now.
They have a tendency to make women feel very comfortable. So yeah, I'm sure they can get away with a few things as opposed to straight men.
At our age, it's kind of cool to pretend or make girls think that you might have sort of tendencies that way.
Yeah, a lot of gay guys coming in this shop too. They get away with it, yeah, no problem at all.
And they say whatever they want, the girls just laugh and hug them. If we say anything like that, you know, I'll be in jail. So yeah, especially with my haircut.
Girls love it. So do the boys.
You know, here at Life Support, we get a lot of letters from viewers keen to know the quickest and easiest way to get their development proposals through local council. Like this one from Asif from Victoria, who wants to know how his community can fast-track their application to build a mosque in their neighbourhood. He writes, "Every time we submit the plans to council, we're rejected. What can we do?" Well, Asif, I've asked Sigourney to help us on this one. She's comfortable with cultural references.
That's right, Todd. The thing with a mosque is not that your community doesn't want to encourage Muslims to move into the area by allowing you a place of worship. It's just that the architecture of your sacred building clashes with our preferred Australian architecture.
So, Asif, if you want to get the plans for your mosque approved, all you have to do is make some minor alterations to its design. That's right. Now, I've hipped up this artist's impression of a typical mosque design. So the first thing you need to do to modify your mosque is remove the minarets and replace them with these chimneys.
Oh, very nice, Todd.
Yeah, and it'll look even nicer with these handrail and freeze rail features. Not only that, but the addition of a gable.
Oh, how quaint.
And you just can't get enough of these turned balusters.
Oh, I love those. And the koala stained glass feature window.
And there you have it. A dinky-die Aussie Federation mosque. And you don't just have to stop at decorative timberwork. Red Marseille patterned terracotta tiles look great on a domed roof.
I think it looks wonderful. It fits right in. So, Asif, if you want to get your mosque approved, all you have to do is adapt it to this Aussie design. Because, let's face it, sometimes we all have to adapt to fit in.
Not too true. But for now, why don't we fit in another segment?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I can't stand it when the next door's dog barks at night. All it takes is one dog to start up and a chain reaction kicks in. Suddenly there's bulk barking all over at the top of their lungs all night. And the pisser is, you can't complain to the owners because there's too many of them. And you don't know where they are. So, it's time to get some pets of your own and get even. These are cane toads. These guys were introduced into Queensland to wipe out the cane beetle. These glands on a single toad can excrete enough poison to wipe out your neighbourhood's entire dog population. Oh, and the best thing is they breed like crazy. So, just let a couple of these guys go in the backyard and in a couple of weeks there'll be hundreds of them. Suddenly you'll start to notice less dogs barking at night and you'll be treading in less crap on the streets. The best part about it is, no one can pin the drop in the pooch population on you when all you've done is set free a couple of poor toads. See ya. See ya.
How's it? Dr. Rudy again. You know, at times I'm inclined to believe that women have supernatural powers. One of the most amazing is the ability of a woman to spot a blonde hair on your coat from the other side of the room. It belongs to a golden retriever. It's as if women have an enhanced radar for hair colour that is not their own when it's on something that belongs to them. Like you. Today I'm going to show you how to put this information to great use. Why is it that women have so much trouble backing out of the driveway? Whilst we men cannot begin to understand it, still we must deal with it. It seems like she can't even see the fence. So why not use the information we have just learned to make the fence more visible to your woman? By marking out the driveway with blonde hair, you'll be using a woman's naturally enhanced radar detector to help her navigate her way out of the driveway. There, let's see if it works. Absolutely amazing. Bye now.
Oh yeah, g'day. Again. Look, not many people realise the damage done to their nervous system by starting each day with this. It means that the body spends a few minutes of each precious day in a panic, with subsequent time being spent calming down and convincing itself that it isn't in any danger. So Todd's come up with a nicer way to start the day. All you'll need is a frying pan, a few morsels of bacon and a timer, like this one. Oh yeah. And that's all there is to it. The smell of the bacon sizzling in the pan will easily be enough to tempt you from your pillow, and your body will no longer need to spend time in the morning recovering and returning to its regular adrenaline levels. Todd's top way to start your day.
If you're like me, when you hang out your washing, you always match the colour of the pegs with each other and then choose the peg colour that complements the colour of the clothing. But doesn't it take forever to decide on a perfect match for these difficult patterns and florals? Well, don't worry, there is a quick and easy answer. Simply paint some wooden pegs with a base coat that matches the background colour of the fabric. Next, dot on the main colour that matches the fabric pattern. When that dries, you can successively add other colours from the garment until you have a pair of perfectly matching clothes pegs. And that's all there is to it. You can make many pairs to match all the patterns and florals in your wardrobe. You'll never have to suffer the jarring effect of mismatched clothes pegs ever again.
Well, strap me to a polygraph if you like, but I tell you what, here we are at the end of another episode.
As good a reason as any to take the night off cooking.
Oh, what? No tucker?
That's right. Sigourney's been working very hard lately, and I think she deserves the night off.
Well, you should have told me, or I would have whipped something up for us.
Yeah, bummer. Usually the only reason I hang around till the end of the show is for the food.
Don't worry, Penny. I've taken the liberty of ordering some takeaway Thai.
Excellent idea, Sigourney.
Tops.
Oh, and here it is now.
Now, you beaut Aussie battlers out there, make sure you join us next week for a very special episode of your favourite lifestyle show.
I'll just get my purse.
I'll pick this one up, Sigourney. It will be my pleasure.
Why, thank you, kind sir.
Yeah, thanks.
That's right. Next week's show is a special one, packed with extraordinary advice and out of the ordinary entertainment.
And that's why you just wouldn't want to miss it.
Good night, Australia.
Yes, thank you very much. You may go now. What were you saying, Sigourney?
Thank you, Dr. Rudy. Now remember, next week we'll all be here for you.
Well, you Australians in the meantime, take better care of one another. Good night, Australia.
Now, something light for you, Sigourney?